Hey guys, I got AJ here from Hobie, the Southeastern sales rep. We're going to talk a little bit about Hobie tonight, and just some of the different aspects of the boats, and what a great value it is in what you get for your money. I mean, it's by far, you guys know, you've heard me say 100 times before, I love my Hobie Outback. It is my favorite boat. I can put that thing anywhere. It doesn't, it's in a great weight distribution point. It's maneuverability wise. I love the way it works. I can still pedal that thing, 4.5, 5 miles an hour, without really killing myself. Justin was playing around with his boat the other day with a trolling motor on it, and he was amazed at how fast I could actually keep up with that trolling motor and even just hang with him. So, great boats. So let's talk a little bit about Hobie and why it's so special. That pedal drive, the rudder systems. Let's just talk a little bit about what we think of those.
Yeah, well, for me, when I first started with Hobie, it was I was a user. I'm an angler. I was trying to get out and fish more. I was wading a lot of creeks and rivers, and I had bought some other style kayaks and was paddling a lot, and it was getting kind of frustrated because I had a paddle in my hand. I was never a kayaker. I was always a fisherman first, and so I went to a local shop and then a local boat show, and kind of fell in love with this system called the Mirage Drive, because I immediately envisioned how that drive system would work in the shallow creeks and rivers that I was spending all my time fishing in, chasing smallmouth bass in central Kentucky. And the ability of this drive that was kind of designed after how penguins swim through the water, it looks unconventional. It's not a prop style. We've all seen how props move, motors and things through the water. But it's completely different when you look at it. But when you use it, you feel how efficient it is. For me, it was the ease of getting it in and out. It was the shallow water access and maneuverability of this particular drive that made all the difference to me as a consumer in evaluating my next purchase in the kayak world. And I got it, and it did everything that I thought it was going to do. It was, I could do shallow water flutter kicks. I could take the drive out if I needed to run through a quick shoal. The boats come with paddles, so you still have the ability to paddle. It's a great feature that comes with them. Yeah. And then all of that has this built-in rudder system that it helps you steer the bow of the boat wherever you'd like to go. Now, the drives have come a long way in the last 10 years. The rudder systems have come a long way. The hulls have come a long way. And for me, everything that's been designed on these boats and every feature that's available, you can tell that somebody that is a fisherman or that is using these boats in similar scenarios as you might be, put some thought and effort into that. The seats are comfortable, the standing decks are available and stable. There's great storage right where you need it. There's even better accessories for you to get it fit out the way that you want. And for me, I've evolved through different boats. I started on an Outback, 11 years ago, and foam seats, different hull shape, fins that were way different than they look now. They've come a long way, and I've kind of evolved into the pro angler realm for me, and it's just because of that seat. That is one of the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in general, not just in a kayak. It is amazing. I take it on camping trips when I don't even take the kayak, because that's the seat that I want to sit in around the campfire. It's you on the pro anglers, you've got internal rod storage that for me makes a big difference. I know some people like to have the rods up behind them in a crate system. For me, especially when I'm on rivers and creeks, I always like to have the rods down, and you've got 3 on each side on a 14, 2 on each side on a PA12, and you can tuck rods out of your way. They're protected, but they're right there convenient when you need them. So it's just so many things, but it all is evolved around that Mirage Drive. Yeah. It's efficient, it's fast, you've got forward and reverse, and then you've also got the new 360 that is the most amazing thing in boat control that I've ever experienced. A half pedal stroke pointing to like the left there, and you can just reposition the bow of your boat and get right where you need to make that exact cast and bring your bait through the strike zone. And that's just one of the things that I love about our series and our lineup is once you use it, once you experience it, you're able to immediately feel how that helps you catch more fish and stay in position to catch more fish.
Well, I mean, it just, you know, with the effortless piece of having the rudder and being able to kick, you know, it gives you so much more flexibility and so much more casting time and so many more casts a day. You know, in kind of playing with the numbers, I've kind of figured it's about 30% more cast is what I've got it figured at, is what you'll get out of using that Hobie Mirage Drive. You know, you talk about the flutter kick and everything. I have a video that I filmed at Kentucky Lake that I keep on my phone when I'm talking to customers. And it's me driving a PA-14 through that little shallow alligator grass and through lily pad stems, and then Finn's just kicking everything out of the way. And, you know, when you're going through it and you're just sitting there just fluttering it, and those pedals are just underneath the boat, and you can hear them popping, but you're going right through that alligator grass like there's nothing there. So you can get to some shallow areas really easy that you can't get to otherwise. You know, one of the other things that you had touched on, which is now eluding me in the middle of my conversation, was being able to cast. You know, it's really effortless. I mean, it just really is, and you just get so many more casts out of it. So,
yeah, and that's we're all looking, especially from a fishing standpoint, is how can we get more casts in the right areas. You know, that's really the game. And what I found with my Hobies, no matter what model I've been in over the years, is I'm able to control my boat and control the positioning of my boat with the Mirage Drive and the rudder system, and now the 360. So much better than anything I've ever been in before, and I'm able to make the right casts, and if I need to adjust the control of my boat, I've got a handle on each side. My feet are able to kind of pedal and do their thing. No matter what that wind or current situation is, I'm still able to kind of maintain that position that I need to you know, put myself in a position to make the right cast over and over again. And hopefully put more fish in the boat, because that's the game. That's what we're all trying to do.
You know, and just not even just for fishing, but even from a recreational side. I mean, we have a lot of great boats in the Compass and the Passport. They make a good fishing boat, but they still make that great recreational boat for, you can take your wife, take your girlfriend, they can fish alongside of you, or just kind of tool around with you and just watch you fish or take pictures. My daughter kayaks with me a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what she doesn't fish, but you know, she puts her standard poodle up in the front of her boat and and she you know, just kind of pedals around with taking pictures of me or taking pictures of the wildlife. I mean, we come back with a crap ton of pictures of ducks and deer and squirrels and all that kind of stuff, and that's what she loves to do.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. It's just so hands-free, and you can put it in a lot of places, and that's the great part. So.
Well, I think that's a good point you touched on. Is you know, we all think of fishing, but recreation on the water is such a big deal, and Hobie.
That's how they started.
That's how they started, and you're right, and that's been a big focus of theirs. And when you come and look at a boat here at S.Y. Wilson, you'll be able to see that every one of our boats has recreation and fishing built into it, no matter what model it is. You've got rod holders in every boat, but you also have a mass adapter if you wanted to add on one of those awesome Hobie kayak sails. You can pedal every boat that we have, or you can paddle every boat that we have. You can do both and get a good exercise as well. And then then we have motor options and things like that. So whatever you want to do in a Hobie kayak, or whatever you want to do on the water, you can do in a Hobie. One of the most versatile crafts that our industry has ever seen, from the ability to pedal it, paddle it, sail it, fish it, motorize it, the places you can go, the things that you can do in these things are just phenomenal. And I think that over the time, our drive systems, our rudder systems, we've made them even easier to use, simpler to put together. And you know, ultimately, we make these boats so people can have fun on the water. And when you try a Hobie and you get into a Hobie, you really, really feel that.
Yeah. And you know, guys, we say it all the time, but just a reminder, you know, if you want a demo, call me. We schedule demos all the time. We do them not far from here, but we love doing demos and getting you into that first one so you can kind of get the feel of it, because that's really what'll sell you. I mean, if I can get you in a Hobie to do a demo, you're gonna buy it. I promise you. So, anything else that you want to add about Hobie right now that we can talk about?
No, I just agree there that you know, trying one out, if you're on the fence or you're in between different products out there, just demo boats. Make sure you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm partial to Hobie. David over here, he loves his Hobie as well. But it's all what you're going to like. We want you to be comfortable in a boat. We want to find the one that fits you and your body and your lifestyle the best. And that's what doing demos and talking to experts is all about. It's an exciting purchase. We want to make sure you get the one that you're going to enjoy every time you get out on the water.
Thank you, guys.